Thanks for coming to J&N Travels podcast with your hosts John and Nancy.
Hi.
We will discuss everything travel, including cruising, Disney World, other general travel, snowbirding tips, trivia, and other fun things.
I would like to make a special announcement. Most of the comments that we have received are that the majority of listeners prefer an audio podcast opposed to one with a lot of video. The main reasons given are that they like to listen while doing house chores, driving, or walking, which makes a lot of sense. We will slowly be moving over to mainly an audio version. Please put any comments below or email us at j&ntravels@yahoo.com.
So, Nancy, this is the beginning of our show. We always started off with 3 trivia questions. Today, it looks like we have 3 Disney questions. You'll give the question now, and then at the end of our podcast, we'll give the answers.
Okay, question number 1. Everyone knows that Cinderella lost a glass slipper as she left the ball at midnight. But did it fall off her right foot or left foot?
That's fine. This would be a 50-50 guess, and I have no idea. What's question number 2?
You know the little human girl from Monsters, Inc. as Boo?
Good old Boo, yeah.
What is her human name?
These should be obvious questions. We love these movies, but I have no idea on that one either. What's question 3?
Out of all the Disney films, one main character speaks the least. Which one is it?
All the Disney films.
A lot of Disney films.
I know. One main character speaks the least. Which one is it? I don't know if there's a mute in one of them. Or what
I don't know. That's a hard one because there's so many Disney films. But
Well, thank you, Nancy, and she'll give the answer to these at the end of the podcast. Today, Nancy, we're going to take a walk around the Islands of Adventure in Florida. Islands of Adventure is the second park in the Universal chain that opened up several years ago. This year, the first time in our life, we bought a seasonal pass to the Universal Islands of Adventure combination. And today, we just like to do a walk around from our point of view to give you a little idea of what the park is about or what it looks like. So you approach Universal Studios, you have to go into their parking garage. There's no other way I know of getting there. It's going to cost you $32 just to come in during the day to park. You walk across their version of Disney Springs, which is Cityside, and you go across the Cityside to the entrance to the Islands of Adventure. You walk in the Islands of Adventure after, of course, you show your ticket, and you're in an area called Port of Entry. Remember that? That was with all the beautiful theming there.
yes.
Kind of looked like a marketplace. So you look at all that kind of stuff. There's music being pumped in. Once you get through the Port of Entry, you can either go left or you can go right. So for the sake of this tour, Nancy, let's go counterclockwise to the right. So the first place you enter is Seuss Landing. Now it's a more whimsical type of kids place, but we really enjoy it.
Oh, I love Seuss Landing. I love all the Dr. Seuss's books, and it's like walking into a storybook.
It is. Colors, very colorful.
And I like all the character. I like all the Seuss characters and the entertainment that is there as well.
We were lucky enough to probably hit the show numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
They had Sam I Am and the Two Things.
They have the
Grinch.
Lorax, Sam I Am, the Grinch, One Thing, Two Thing.
Yeah. So they did several times a day. They do a little presentation. They read a story, or they do a dance, or they do a song.
That's really cute.
And you also can do a meet and greet with them, which we of course did.
Of course.
There's a restaurant on your left when you first get in there, which is called Green Eggs and Ham. The building looks like a giant green ham, I guess.
Yeah.
We ate at that location most of the times when we went to this park. And there are 4 rides in this area. There's the tram, which is kind of like a monorail right on a track above, just a slow moving train.
Yeah, and they have a right and left side, so you get a different view depending on what side you go on.
Very good point, because we didn't recognize that till about halfway through. Try both the left and the right side. One takes you through the restaurant, a little bit of a different tour, and the other one is purely in the open.
Yeah, and you get a great view of the park. It's great.
Right, especially Seuss Landing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Now, they have the carousel there, which are, of course, all Seuss characters. Then they have one of your favorite rides, which is the One Fish, Two Fish.
Oh, I love that ride. I could ride that all day.
And that's basically, think of Dumbo, think of the Alien ride. in the
It's a
Universal.
smoother ride than Dumbo, I think. I don't know. I like it better than
You
Dumbo.
control the fish go up and down,
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
sometimes water squirts out of the side. So that's nice. We did that numerous times. My favorite, I don't know where this ranks with you, was the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, I like the Cat in the Hat a lot.
I mean, not much to it. You go through it, does the story,
Yeah,
it has animatronics. It's a cutesy ride.
yeah, very cute.
I mean, all of these are cutesy
I
rides.
mean,
They're
you really do feel like you're just riding through a storybook of Dr. Seuss's, like the Cat in the Hat.
right. So that let's see, I think that's all we did there. They of course the stores have all Dr. Seuss type of merchandise.
Yeah,
All the buildings they have are made of different. They have the topiaries shaped like characters.
yeah,
Seuss,
there's a lot of eye candy there.
right. So once you finish in Seuss Landing, you keep going counterclockwise, and you've now hit the Lost Continent. Lost Continent was one of the original areas of Islands of Adventure,
Mhm.
which has slowly been overtaken by Harry Potter.
Love Harry Potter, must say.
There were no rides per se in the Lost Continent, but the beautiful structures and architect and props, I guess, still remain. The like you had mentioned, the waterfall there,
Yeah,
the giant statue with the arm with the shaft there.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that that still remain. The theater that I remember we saw a show in there with a water vortex many years
That
ago,
was years ago. That was a pretty good show. Yeah, I remember that.
but that's been closed down.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully
been
that will
closed.
reopen.
Yeah.
So you go to the other side of what used to be the Lost Continent, and you run into all the wizardry world of Harry Potter.
Yeah,
All the Harry Potter lands are unbelievable theming.
they are.
The first thing you hit when you go there is the train station.
Yeah, that was a cute ride.
Now this is an interesting thing. What they do is they have a train that does actually move, and it brings you from Islands of Adventure over the Universal Studios, or from Universal Studios over the Islands of Adventure. But you have to have a park to park pass.
I know.
So if it's a 1 day pass, you can't take the train.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Our son and his wife couldn't do it when they came down because they didn't have that pass.
You sit in, it feels like you're in the train car.
Oh, yeah.
The windows, you look out the windows and the screens.
Yeah.
The screens show different
See,
scenes from Harry Potter.
that was cool.
So that was very well done.
It was well done. The only thing is, if you, there was only one time when we rode it, I felt a little, it felt really hot in there. But for the
Yeah,
most part,
it could be air conditioned
yeah.
a little better. I
But
can't
for the
imagine
most
during the
part, it
hot
was
summer.
fine. It was just a little hot. Other than that, it was enjoyable.
And I don't know if they have it turned off because of summer. That would be very bad.
Yeah.
So you leave the train and you go the rest of Harry Potter. Everything's themed out. There's always a line at a place that people line up to go in and buy the wands.
Oh, yes, of
You're
course.
constantly seeing people waving their wands and saying magic words. And
Or the owls. I can't tell you how many owls I saw on people's shoulders.
yeah, that's
And
a
they're
big
so
thing.
lifelike.
Yeah. So the wands that they were doing, like it triggers different kind of small events, animatronics or
Yeah.
lights or different things
There's
like
several
that.
windows, and you just wave the wand at each of these windows, and certain things happen. So that was cool to see. We enjoyed watching people wave their wands and having different events happen in each of these, windows outside.
So in this land, there's the train which we just told you. We did get our first taste of butterbeer,
Delish.
and there's many different kind of butterbeers. You probably already know. There's hot, there's icy, there's cold. We
Frozen.
got the frozen one.
The frozen one tasted just like a dessert. Oh, it was so good.
And then the rides there, there used to be a family roller coaster. I think it was dinosaurs. They converted it to that. Is it the Gringot, the big bird in Harry Potter? But it's a family roller coaster, very short, but it's a pleasant ride.
I think the roller coaster you're referring to were the dragons. I think they were called dueling dragons.
No, that was a different ride.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so across the street from, well, right next to that is a stage, which they take. We're not big Harry Potter fans, so we didn't really know what these shows represented, but they did the Frog Choir and
Good.
some other different things. Were very entertaining.
Very
And then
entertaining.
right across the street's a giant castle that you can see from almost anywhere in the park. That is a ride called the Forbidden Journey.
Yes.
Very good ride, very good special effects. And I think that covered the rides in. I didn't miss any rides in Harry Potter, did I? I think that was all the rides in Harry Potter.
About Hagrid's, was that there?
Oh, geez, that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
The newest and best ride, and I almost forgot it. You're right.
Yeah,
You
Hagrid's.
could tell about Hagrid's.
Hagrid's is a exciting roller coaster ride that goes very, very fast, has a vertical drop. It even goes backwards, and it's amazing. Um, don't miss it. If you go to Universal Studio, you have to do Hagrid's.
Right. So the big thing with Hagrid's is no inversions. It's strictly if you don't mind speed, it's all based on speed.
And
And the
the queue is very interesting because you go through the castle,
right,
the queue.
right, and you see all sorts of special effects on the walls. So the queue
Yeah,
alone is very
yeah, queue
interesting.
alone is great.
And then
Well done.
the family ride, I
Uh,
was trying to think, it was Flight of the Hippogriffs. That's
yeah,
what it was called for
yeah.
this one.
Yep.
So now you go over a bridge, which takes you to the Jurassic Park area. Okay. Um, I'm trying to think in order here, if we can go in order. You first go through Camp Jurassic or in that area, which is a kids' play area. So if
Yeah,
you have young kids, bring them in there. And then in the same area, you can board these things called pterodon flies. It's like the giant flying birds.
yeah, it's like the pterodactyl birds.
The funny thing with this is my son and his wife got in line for this, waited a while, and found out that they only allow a parent if he's riding with a child
Yep,
because of the weight distribution.
yep, they couldn't ride. No.
Also in Jurassic Park was the Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Oh, that's fun.
That's kind of like your Disney version of Splash Mountain, but it's with dinosaurs. You go
Yeah,
through, you see animatronics. You finally have a plunge at the end, so that's a
yeah.
nice ride. We
I
did that
looked
several
it up and
times.
it's a little higher. The plunge is a little higher than Splash Mountain because I didn't know. So I looked it up, but it's
Okay,
a lot of fun.
so that was nice. Yeah, we did that several times.
Yeah,
You always
got
seem
the
to
front.
get the front row for some weird reason. I think 5 out of 7 times we got the
Yeah,
front row.
very fun. Right.
And then the third ride, there's a Jurassic Park Discovery Center, which is very interesting. Go in it. There's a restaurant there, but there's also all sorts of dinosaur display stuff.
Yeah,
Very interesting to
you
look
have to
at.
go downstairs to see that.
Right. And then through that, you can go downstairs and go out the back door, and it brings you to the final ride in Jurassic Park, which is the um, roller coaster, the Velocicoaster,
Oh, yes, yes.
which
I avoid that.
if you read our reviews on the coaster,
He does. I don't go on it.
we rank that as the scariest coaster or the thrill rideiest coaster. It's got some inversions. It's got a lot of speed. It's one of the newer coasters, and if you're a coaster fan, you would really enjoy that. I liked it, but I'm not a huge coaster fan. So that kind of finishes on Jurassic Park. Now you move over to from Jurassic Park and you get to an area, and I'm not really sure if this falls into I guess it would be part of Jurassic Park, even though it's not really listed in that area, is a new ride, Skull Island Reign of Kong, which is a King Kong
Yeah.
ride. You want to talk about that a little bit, what that does?
Well, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I always liked the King Kong ride, but I have to admit that this was very, very well done. It's not a long ride; it's fairly short, but with the with what do they call it? The halogen. Um,
Well, what they do is they both there's a few rides at Universal that use 4D,
yeah,
oh,
4D.
4D, 4K, I guess it's called, which is a really well-defined video that you can see without putting the 3D glasses on. And they have King Kong. You're driving through in a truck. You're actually driving on a truck, and you have screens on both sides, and it has Kong fighting dinosaurs.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then the final scene is actually the top part of King Kong from the old ride many years
Yes,
ago,
yes,
the
that's all.
animatronics.
Yes,
That
I'm
was kind of
glad
cool to see.
they placed him there because I really enjoyed old King Kong. This was good. This was very, very good.
So as you continue out of Kong area, you go to the last two areas of Islands Adventure. The next one is Toon Lagoon. Toon Lagoon is another one like Dr. Seuss. Wouldn't you say it's very eye appealing, lots
Uh,
of color. The characters go back to our generation. A lot of characters people aren't going to recognize.
yeah, that's what I liked about it. I liked looking at Aesop's fables.
Yeah, right.
I like that one.
Hilda the witch
Oh,
and
yeah, right. Betty
Billy
Boop.
Do-Right, Betty Boop. I mean, all sorts of characters. And of course, we posed with a lot of the characters. The only two rides in this area are Popeye's Bilge Barges, which is those circular rafts
Yeah.
that you're almost guaranteed to get soaking
Oh,
wet.
yeah. It looks fun.
It's got a real cartoon appeal to
It
it.
does. Yeah.
Colors and the way it's set up. And Dudley Do-Right's Ripshaw Falls, which is a flume, a
Yeah.
log flume ride, which we didn't do this time because it's very limited crawling into it, the space. And I'm not talking about if you're heavy. I'm talking about if you're a little bit taller or a little bit bigger. It's very hard to get into these logs. So we blew it off this time.
Yeah.
Plus we wasn't really hot enough to get wet.
No.
So those are the two rides there. And then we moved along out of the Toon Lagoon and we got to the last area, which was the Marvel Superhero Island. Now I love Marvel characters, so this was fun just seeing them. There were a ton of props and cutouts and poses with the characters. You remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Plenty of that to do.
And that's where the Spider-Man ride is too.
That which is Nancy's favorite ride.
My favorite. Love that ride.
So, and that's one of the the older 3D rides.
I hope they never take that ride away because that's a classic. It's great. It's well done. Love it. Love everything about it.
So the rides you find in this corner of the on this island is the Incredible Hulk roller coaster, which is my favorite ride,
Mm-hmm.
my favorite coaster, and that's still there. I went on it. I did it with my son because Nancy doesn't like the inversions and stuff. Still a lot of fun. They have the Storm Force Accelerator, which is Universal's version of the teacups,
Yeah, it was
but
okay.
much smoother.
Yeah.
If you get sick on the teacups, you probably be fine on this Storm Force. They had Doctor Doom's Fearfall, which is similar to an unthemed uh, Tower Terror. You know, you go up and you get dropped down. I don't think it's as good as the Tower Terror. And then the final one is one Nancy had mentioned, which is Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, which goes all the way back to the park opening, and that's adventure with Spider-Man fighting the bad guys in 3D. That's always when we probably did that a dozen times
Yeah,
this
it's a
trip.
good ride. Love it.
So those are the islands. Trying to think of some other highlights to bring up that before we. So you go in, you go to the islands. The lines can be long. Go early or go at the end of the day, I guess. Some of these can be hours long. And that is Islands of Adventure. You have anything to add to that? Okay. So thank you for joining us for our walk around Orlando, Florida's Universal's Islands of Adventure. Today we would like to discuss Universal Studios roller coasters. I'm going to use Universal's definition. There are 9 rides at Islands of Adventure in Universal Studios that they reference as being coasters, so we're going to use the same ones. We are going to rank these from the least scariest or least thrilling, or however you want to put it, to the scariest. So we'll be going from roller coaster number 1, which would be the least, up to number 9, which would be the scariest. The first roller coaster, Nancy, in the bottom of our list is the Roller Coaster. Now that used to be the Woody Woodpecker roller coaster. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a cutesy one. We gave it a thrill scale of 1 because it was cute, right? But that's about it.
Phew.
Number 2 on our list was the Flight of the Hippogriff. This was a roller coaster, family coaster in the medieval area that they just modified to either the hippogriff, right? Which I'm not sure. Is that a bird? Is that the bird, the hippogriff?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah. It was a fun ride.
Yeah, I like that one. We went on that a few times and I really like that. It reminds me a little bit of the Slinky one in
Slinky Dog and
yeah,
Disney,
Slinky Dog, Hollywood Studios.
like those type of roller coasters, very short,
Yeah,
but it was enjoyable. We gave that a thrill scale of 3
yeah,
on a
you
1 to
know,
10
great.
scale.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next one was Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. This was a combination that gave you combined a family kind of a tame roller coaster with a little bit of a thrill roller coaster.
Yeah.
All these Harry Potter rides had great theming.
Oh my gosh, they were phenomenal. Yes.
This one was actually in Universal Studio Park, the old Universals, and it was up by where the Jaws ride was in the past. They have a whole area where you go through a couple little secret entrances and you get into a well-themed Harry Potter area.
Yes, it was so well done. I was very impressed.
And this had a lot of use of that dragon in this ride. That was a lot of fun. We gave that a thrill scale of 4.
Yeah, I agree. Boy, it's good. It was a fun ride.
Moving up to the fourth one was Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Now, this was over in Islands of Adventure, and this ride was right near where the Flight of Hippogriffs was. This is the one where if you're looking into the park, it's in the big castle there, in
Yeah,
Harry Potter land.
yeah.
This had a robotic arm ride system. The cart you were in actually was lifted and moved by a robotic arm. It's the first of its kind, and it really provides some wild and orienting moments. You remember that? How
Oh, I remember that very well. That ride scared me a little bit, but because there was a lot of turns and dips,
tilting and stuff.
yeah, tilting and stuff, but it didn't make me nauseous or I didn't get motion sickness at all. It just like kind of scared me a little when it dipped, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Again, a lot of great special effects.
Yeah.
This was a great ride. We gave it a thrill scale from 1 to 10 of 5.
Hmm.
Moving on to number 5 is the Revenge of the Mummy. The Revenge of the Mummy is in the original Universal Studios pot. I didn't like this when we did this many years ago. I like it a lot more now. It is very short. It had great animatronics. Remember the different mummies and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And there was some dark ride scenes. A lot of fire effects in it too.
Yeah, it was nice. I like the fact that it was short because it's fast and it's a little rickety for me, but I enjoyed it. For the most part, I enjoyed it.
And none of these rides so far had any inversions. A lot of people don't like the upside down or
Yeah.
throw around. None of these so far had any of those. So we gave that also a thrill scale of 5.
Yep.
Moving on to the number 6 is Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure.
Ooh.
This had great animatronics along the way. It includes multiple launches, more than any other coaster in the world when it debuted. It has reverse motion and it has a vertical drop. It does not have any inversions. This is one we compared to like Test Track over at Disney because
Yeah.
it was basically the throw was all from speed,
Yeah.
right?
The throw was except for the vertical drop. That was cool. And it did go backwards as well.
Yeah, you go up a little bit and it go backwards, and then you went into a spot and it would drop the whole coaster down to another track.
Yeah. The first time we rode it, we got up front and I mean, I was a little scared, but boy, was it
We did
fun.
that many
It was
times. You're right.
fun.
And so for people who don't, speed doesn't bother them, this would be a fine roller coaster for you to try out.
You
We
miss it. It's really well worth it.
and this had we gave a thrill scale of 7 out of 10.
It's a lot of fun.
This is located in the what used to be like a medieval land over in Islands of Adventure. Then we're now at the top 3. Okay, so number 7 on our list, which is actually my favorite roller coaster, is the Incredible Hulk. Now, the last 3 Nancy didn't go on, but you can
They're a
see the look
little
of
too
fear from her
intense
face.
for
Yeah,
me.
I,
Yeah, I avoid the real intense roller coasters.
I've always liked the Incredible Hulk coaster. I love the inversions on it. And that is still one of my favorites. It's very close to my 2 favorites are Hagrid's and Incredible Hulk. This still is a little bit in the lead for my favorite. I gave it a thrill factor of 8 because of the speed. The takeoff is really fast, and then you do have a few inversions.
Yeah, I've never gone on it and I will never go on it, but I took a lot of great video of you on it.
The last 3 roller coasters, which Nancy did not go on, I got to experience. I'm not a huge roller coaster person, but I did want to try them all at least once so that I could rank them in my own mind. And I was able to do that because my son came down to visit, so I rode these with him. Going on to number 8 in our list is the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. The coaster sends passengers up a 17-story vertical lift hill and releases them into a steep drop at 65 miles per hour. I did not think the ride overall was bad. The thing that got me was that this ride is showing its wear and tear, I think, and it was very rickety. And there were also a couple spots that poked me when I was going around certain curves or down hills. I have heard that they're closing this one down in the spring, not the spring, in the fall coming up this year. So we'll have to see what replaces it. I thought it was a good coaster, not one of my favorites. And we gave this a thrill factor of 9 out of 10.
Well, he did. I didn't write it.
That's right. Looking at you gave it that kind of a thrill.
Yeah, no, I avoid those roller coasters.
And the last coaster is a Jurassic World Velocicoaster. Now, Hollywood Rip Ride was over in the Universal spot. Jurassic World Velocicoaster is in the Islands Adventure part. This is a newer roller coaster. I thought this one was very intense. I rode it only once, and it had some inversions. It had some plots where you come close to the water. It's worth a try if you like coasters. I did think it was intense. Um, that's why I gave it a 10 out of 10 on the thrill scale. So now you did 6 out of 10. What would you say was your favorite coaster out of all of them?
Well, definitely Hagrid.
Hagrid?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the thrill of it. I mean, I'm not a, I usually don't do roller coasters that are high intensity, but this was something that I could do, and it gave me a good thrill, and it wasn't real scary. So I would.
So Nancy likes Hagrid's. I tied Hagrid's and Incredible Hulk as my two favorites. And those Incredible Hulk had the 8 thrill factor. To give you a quick recap, is at the number 1 spot was a Trolls Troller Coaster, which 1 out of 10. The Flight of the Hippogriff had a thrill scale of 3. Harry Potter and Escape of the Gringotts had a thrill scale of 4. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey had a thrill scale of 5. Revenge of the Mummy, a thrill scale of 5. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, a thrill scale of 7. The Incredible Hulk, a 3, my favorite, a thrill scale of 8. Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket Coaster was the thrill ride of 9, and topping out at a 10th on the thrill scale was Jurassic World Velocicoaster. Nancy, we're now at the end of our podcast and time for you to give those Disney trivia question answers.
Okay, so the question to number one is everyone knows that Cinderella lost a glass slipper as she left the ball at midnight, but did it fall off her right foot or left foot?
Everyone knows that Cinderella lost the glass slipper as she left the ball at midnight, but did it fall off her right foot or left foot? Just because I'm a lefty, I'm going to guess that, but I have no idea. What's the answer?
It is left foot.
Okay,
It's a 50-50 chance.
that's right. It certainly did.
Okay, question number two. You know the little human girl from Monsters Inc. is Boo, but what is her more human name?
Know the little human girl from Monsters Incorporated as Boo. So that would be the monsters probably call her Boo, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
What is her human name? I have no clue. What is it, Nancy?
Mary.
Mary. Okay. Very simple name, right?
Yep.
And your last trivia?
Out of all the Disney films, which there are a lot of them, one main character speaks the least. Which one is it?
No, I'm thinking some human that's a mute or something in one of those, but what is it?
It's Dumbo.
No, that makes sense. Does he say anything at all?
I don't think so.
No. I'll
But, you know,
have to go back and figure that
I
out.
haven't seen the film in many years.
Okay, Nancy, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming to J&N Travels Podcast with your host, John and Nancy.
Hi.